So I figured out the mistake, and if we look back here, we can see that we can't compare the text colon with an integer. Now that's because it's always position 6 from the athlete data, so my mistake was here. I should have position 6, and min pos is tracking what position in the array it is. So if you swap those back, and that's not actually fixed it at all, and that is the type error must be string on line 61. Now this is a different one. Yeah, that's fine. So the error's been fixed. The problem's here with the usual printing and displaying. We can see here that we can't have an integer being displayed, and that is because we need to convert the position, or the 6th one, which is a numeric value, to a string. There we go, perfect, and that's what we were expecting. We're expecting it to say the winner is Lauren with a total score of 13. So if you're getting those types of issues in your coursework, it is because we can't concatenate. Remember, the plus is to concatenate text. We can't add a string to an integer, so converting it to a string fixes that issue. Let's check what else we've got to do for this task now. So we've got the winner being output. Now we need to specify an event from 1 to 5 and have the name of that winner displayed. So let's do this a little more complex, and we'll call this event display, and I'll call this function event display. Now there's no return value, but it needs the athlete data as a parameter. We need to create this new function called event display that's also accepting the parameter called athlete data. Now what we want to do is maybe you can add this and have a loop that maybe if they enter Q it would quit. So let's build this up piece by piece. So choice equals int input, enter athlete to, or sorry, it's not athlete, enter event to see the winner. And while choice is less than 0 or choice greater than, that would be a 1, sorry, choice is greater than 5, then choice equals int input, repeat that process, enter the value again from 1 to 5, end while, which we don't need to write, but it's just good to have it. Now remember, if someone enters choice 1, that's actually index 0 for us. Okay, so we need to find the winner, so we want min pos the same as we had previously. Now we could use our old function to do that, but let's rewrite it. So we can borrow codes for I in range 0 to the length of all the athlete data, brackets, colon, and if athlete data at I, and then the next part is going to be the event column minus 1, so that's going to be choice minus 1 is less than, and I'll try not to make the same mistake as last time, athlete data at min pos at choice minus 1, then min pos, very careful to spell it the same way, equals I. Be careful it doesn't correct yours to if, and then hopefully this works. Print the winner of event plus choice. Now let's see if we can spot what error we're going to get here. Choice is an integer, so convert it to a string. Now let's test that everything's working so far. It should be, I hope. Enter the event to see the winner. I want to see event 1. So we can see that we are getting an error, and it's because of a misspelling athlete data somewhere. Down here I keep adding this extra E in some places and not others. So let's see if that fixes anything. So enter event, see the winner. Let's try the event 6 to test my validation. Let's try 0 to test my validation. Okay, let's check who won event 1. The winner of event 1 printing there, perfect. Now who did win event 1? That would be Leicester. So we're hoping that Leicester is printed out here. So let's print it on a new line, print. And we want to print athlete data at position min pause. And we want to print position 0 because that's storing the name. So let's test this again. So event 1, fingers crossed for Leicester, and it's telling us Alan, fantastic. So I've got a little error somewhere there. It could be because we don't need to -1. Let's see what happens when we don't -1 here. Yeah, we don't have to -1, I think. That's why. Because event 1 is at index 1. There we go, perfect. Now the reason for my mistake was I was counting index 0 as being event 1 when event 1 is actually at index 1, so silly mistake, which is why we test things and make sure the output matches what we want. If you want 5 house points, I want this to only quit or ask for more and quit when the user enters queue, because maybe I want to check who won event 2 and event 3 without having to start the program again. So if you have the program looping this part until I enter queue, I will give you 5 house points.